Yo, this is how you drink soju. Oh yeah. Yo, we out here in Koreatown with Jake Park, CEO More Vision, Won Soju. I'm about to taste these Jones, yo. Let's go. We're walking through. You taste Won Soju before yet? Now you have to. Let's get it. Yo, we out here with one and only Jake Park. You know what I mean?
What's going on over here?
Yo, we just got started and they sound like Yo, so we out here with Jake Park, the CEO of Won Soju, More Vision, also the founder of Higher Music, AOMG. God damn, you found a lot of stuff. Jake Park out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, first of all, just thank you so much for being out here. Honestly, I'm mad hype. I'm mad hype. Before coming here, I was like shadowboxing because I was nervous. I was like, how do I calm this shit down, you know?
No, for sure.
But thank you for giving me the time. Honestly, I feel like you're the king of giving the chance to the underdog, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, growing up in Seattle and then as a Korean American, at a time where Koreans were relatively very unknown, didn't have a strong presence. Like, you know, LA, New York, there's a lot of Korean people, but Seattle, the Korean population isn't so big. So when I told people I'm Korean, they're like, what's that? You know, you're China or Japanese, not from Korea. But and then also going to Korea as a Korean American, I don't know the language, I don't know the culture that well. And so I've always kind of been the underdog, especially like us, you know, growing up in hip hop. There's not a lot of our faces prevalent in the culture. So always had a kind of like something to prove, chip on my shoulder, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like when I see, now that I'm a little bit more up, if I could give people that opportunity, that lend a hand that I needed back in the day, you know, I'm always willing.
I'm glad I got the chance to get that opportunity.
No, I mean, you're killing it too, you're killing it too. Don't be too humble, you're killing it too, I see.
Let me ask you this. So what is your favorite anju?
I mean, to be honest,
you don't gotta eat. I eat the whole thing. You know
no, 100%. I love everything, bro. I love 곱창 전골.
Oh, what?
Like 곰탕. I love kimchi jjigae. Bro, I love all this shit. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like I'm always constantly being photographed. And I have to perform all the time, so I have to kind of watch what I eat.
Oh, of course.
And drinking in itself has a lot of calories.
Of course.
So I try to pair it with fruit.
Fruit.
Ooh. So, and just be a little bit more mindful and healthy. But if I was to just go all, I just eat, you know, kimchi jjigae.
Oh, what?
All that shit. So. 우리 그냥 한국 온 거 같아. 우리 그냥 한국에 있는 거 같아. 너무 신기해지.
Where, why?
The vibe and everything, like.
So if you come here, as soon as you walk in, it says something like 여자말이 뭐 왕이다 or something like that. So it's like the old Chongno style. You know what I mean?
It says I like pig butts and I cannot lie. That's crazy.
I like pig butts and I can't. So Won Soju, this joint is premier, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is a traditional joint. So I don't think, I was gonna shake it, but I don't think I'm gonna shake it.
You don't need to shake it.
No, you don't need to shake it. Can you show me how to properly do it?
So basically, this is traditional distilled soju made from rice, from Wonju. It has rice, yeast, water, and alcohol, that's it. And so there's no preservatives, there's no sweeteners, nothing. It's just no chemicals, zero chemicals. So when all these people say there's zero sugar, but then they put chemicals and sweeteners in that stuff. This really has zero sugar, zero chemicals, everything natural.
And you don't gotta even put it on your bottle like zero, you know what I mean? Like it's just...
no, 100%. I mean, we could as a marketing ploy, but you know, Korea with the two hand, you know what I'm saying? Korea with the, and you can't pour your own. It's bad luck. Bad luck. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Cheers, man. The reviews have been really good. So this is Won Soju original. It's 22%. It's fermented in a traditional clay pot ungi. That's why it's a little smoother.
I like it. I mean, I'm sipping on it. You know what I mean? Like when I'm sipping on it, it means it's good. Like,
well, that's what it's meant for. So for the green bottles, it's meant for you to get drunk. So that's why somek. That's why chanuru one shot. This, you could have it on the rocks, cocktails. You can have it with shots, but you know, also it's like. It's more like a whiskey, fine whiskey. And do you taste the sweetness?
I love it,
That's like the sweetness from rice.
From rice, okay.
And that's why it's more expensive. It's because the ingredients are more expensive.
Honestly, wanted to start my own soju company back in the days, but I'm not Mr. What is it, Chujinyeok like you?
Chujinyeok, yeah.
So it's crazy. A lot of people tell me like, yo, you're a hustler. They're like, but Jay Park's a different type of hustler.
Nah.
You know, and usually I'm like, man, go. I'm not a competitor. I'm like, yo, I get it too, dog. But with you, I heard it so many times, and I seen what you do, and you're like one of the few. I'm like, he got it. You know what I mean? Like, cause you say you like kimchi jjigae, or were you just making an example? Like, if it's not quiet, I'll eat kimchi jjigae, or was kimchi jjigae D1?
So I would rather eat kimchi jjigae like food, basically. But the reason why I eat it with fruits is because I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful.
Of course,
more, you know, because
all that sodium and all that. You know?
yeah.
It must be hard to keep that more body. You know what I mean? Like,
especially as you get older. I also, you know, run companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have to peshik.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of shit that goes, a lot of occasions that you need to drink.
Yeah.
So
I used to drink 364 days maybe.
Yeah,
One day I
facts.
might not drink. Because I'm at the restaurant. After peshik all day, I'm like mad Korean and shit.
Facts.
But ever since I had a kid, I stopped kind of drinking because it's like, when I drink, low key, I don't want to take care of the baby. Not on some f***ed shit.
No,
it's
100%.
like, you're telling that. But when I don't drink, I don't have that type of even mentality. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's not the baby's fault, but not even that. When people ask me, yo, how you blow up on TikTok? I'm like, I stopped drinking. That was the key. Because if I drink, I don't want to create shit. And like, you run like, not a little company, you run like, I don't even know how you got this in New York right now. You know what I mean? Like, in a couple months, you went from like, from the music video to, one day I want to start my Soju to like.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Like from here to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But I mean, you know, I think that's what kind of hustlers do. You know, you don't depend on somebody or wait on somebody to do something for you. You go out and get it, you know. And I was blessed with this, I guess, drive and mentality. You know? So
yeah, I think you have a whole different kind of hustle and a whole different kind of mentality. Like, I don't think anyone ever asked you this in an interview, right? Like, you manage so many artists, and you see so many artists who do pop up. And some people who don't. Do you think it's like a natural born thing? Or do you read books? Is it an instinct? You know what I mean? Like,
so I think it's being comfortable with yourself, first of all. Because if there's a lot of people that hold on to what they think is their identity, so it kind of like puts them in a box. I'm hip hop, so I can only rap. I can't look pretty, I can't have abs, I can't. If you have that mentality, it's one of those things where like, you're putting yourself in a box. You're putting yourself in a box, and then that's gonna have a shelf life. You know, because everything has a shelf life, basically. Everything. But I feel like if you keep it open and you're comfortable with who you are, so no matter what you do, you're not conscious of what people think of you. You just kind of do whatever you feel, and then people have to adapt. Or if they don't, then it is what it is. You know? So I feel like the more open-minded you are, the harder you work. The harder you work. And then if you're closed-minded, I feel like you work hard to a certain extent, and then you burn yourself out, and then you kind of like lose yourself almost. So,
is your parents like super hustlers too?
So my mom is works very hard, and then my dad is more of a entrepreneur. He has that entrepreneurial like character, and he's very kind of a people person. So I think I have the best of both worlds from my mom and my dad. Yeah, my mom's she used to wake up at like 4 in the morning, work out, and then send us off, and then she'd go to work.
Wow. She was like.
Yeah. So, and my dad would be in Korea working, so she was holding it down by herself for a long period of time. So, I feel like, yeah, definitely.
Is your mom young? You told me that, like, I saw in an interview that your mom listened to G.O.D. That's what you grew up listening to.
Yeah. I mean, she's what?
Not like young, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no,
she got to be old, right?
No, older now, yeah. She's like 61, 62. So, I mean, back when we were growing up in the 90s, my mom would go to Hodori and, you know, all the Korean markets and rent like 30 drama tapes. And then, you know, buy like the CDs from the Korean markets and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's funny because like, even though she's lived it in the States for so long, she would always keep up on like the dramas and the variety shows and the.
Because G.O.D., like my mom's like 60-something too, but I don't think she listened to, you know what I mean? Like, so that was interesting to hear, you know? Like,
yeah. So, and I think like, just my mom just always kind of missed Korea, I guess, you know? Yeah.
Another thing I always honored about you is like, I don't think you have too much hate, like, or you don't ever publicly express it, right?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
you're not like resentful. You don't hate on other people. Like, yo, we got one soju, and we still drink the other soju too. We're just different types.
100%,
like,
yeah.
But and I noticed that, right? Like, so you're like a person that I think everybody kind of wants to be, but a little bit lazy and they lack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, rather it's your hustle, rather like how you bite your tongue, or just not be hate. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like it takes a lot of effort, I guess, not let comments or other people's opinions bother you, or to just really like be a solid person and keep up relations and be a good friend or be a good whoever. Because, you know, everybody goes through stress, everybody goes through things and pressure and experiences and stuff like that. And so you could be at a sensitive state. And so you could just be like, whatever, like, no, I don't want to deal with this shit no more. Like, don't ask me for nothing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, I try not to do anything that I'm going to, like, feel sorry about or, like, regret the next day because of my emotions or because I was in a sensitive state, you know?
So where does that come from, right? I seen your interview and I heard what you said, but where does that come from? Is it an influence from your parents, or is it like, for me, it had to be a book. Like, I didn't have too much mentors, so I read books like Positive Thinking Big, and I'm like, oh, at these situations, why think bad if you could think positive and it's just a loss for you? But for you, like, I'm trying to understand, like, where's the origin from? Is it your parents? Is it books? Or is it just life experience? You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of everything, to be honest. My parents, obviously, they taught me a lot of what to do, but also it's like seeing them, it taught me a lot of like
what not to do. Okay.
Yeah, just to be honest.
Yeah. Because my parents be talking a lot of shit too.
Yeah. Just because, you know, it's like I'm very observant and aware of people's mistakes and my own mistakes, and I try to like not blame people because, you know, blaming people, it doesn't really get you anywhere. Getting angry doesn't really get you anywhere. It's like nothing ever good comes from being angry or hating on somebody or talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I noticed that. So I'm a very efficient person because, you know, it's like we only have one life and time just keeps on going. So our time on this earth is very limited. So I don't want to spend it like hating or like, you know, I want to spend it doing meaningful shit, you know? And, you know, I never went to business school. I never, you know, graduated college. Or I feel like just being a solid human being, it really helps you even in business. Because, you know, like especially being in, let's say, you know, the F&B business or like food and beverage, or me, but being in entertainment, everything is about network. So it's all about relationships with other human beings. And so, you know, a lot of times artists, they kind of forget, like, because they're the artists, they're the breadwinners, they're the ones making the money, they're the ones creating, and so they forget, like, the team that supports them is just as important as well sometimes. They're like, oh, you work under me, you work for me. No, it's like, we all work together.
We work together,
We work together, you know, because if you say you work for me, or you work under me, then you start treating them like...
Everybody has their part, you know?
No, 100%. And every part is just as important. Like, you need the plate. I mean, the food is the main thing, but you need the plate to put the food on. You know?
And you need my mans to come through, ask for the service.
You need the chef to cook it. And you need the ingredients and the farmers. And you need God to provide. So everybody has their part. So for me, I always tell them, like, yo, like, be mindful. Like, these people are human beings too. They make this much and work this hard while you're making. So always be thankful. You know, or like, just, you could say things like, tell your truth, but be mindful of the words you choose.
Of course.
So stuff like that.
Are these questions kind of odd or weird for you?
No. I mean, to be honest, it's good. It's refreshing. I feel like you did, like, really, like...
It's not homework. I just watched all your stuff.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
and I appreciate that shit because, you know, a lot of people, they only recognize, let's say, like, the hits or, oh, Won Soju's doing so well. But it's like, what about the process? What about all the work you put in? What about, you know, the 15 years that we grinded and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, I appreciate that you're acknowledging the process.
When did you, like, what grade did you stop at? Because you had to do, like, the K-pop, right?
Yeah. So basically...
By the way, I'm a high school dropout too. 0.8 GPA. What's up, yo? We out here, you know what I mean? Bro, my dad said, be the best or be the last, and I was one of the last.
Oh, yeah, you can just put it down.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So the crazy shit is, my friend that I came in with got 0.8 GPA too.
Oh, yeah? I'm about to compete with him.
I got a 1.2.
Oh, yeah? Damn. It takes a lot to get there, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta, but
we hustled in other ways. Hustled in other ways.
My big thing is, I want the 10, 15 kids who are watching this. Because, you know, all A students and B students, they get their attention from their teachers, just the parents, the church, you know? And I used to get that too, but once you become the bad student, like, Teachers don't give a about you.
Yeah.
But what if we were just super talented and we just didn't want to pay attention to school? So they just left us behind. So back then I used to have some kind of anger. I'm like, oh, watch me, dog. And we have to be successful because if we're not, like saying we're a high school dropout or 0.80.
And we can say that now because we
had to do it.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't, to be honest, people will look down. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I mean, that's just society in general. You know, it's all class. It's all how much money you have, what you drive, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What brands you wear, you know, so how many followers you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, I don't think it's bad to attain those things. I think it's how you attain it. And then also after you attain it, what you do with it is what's important. It's not about how many followers. It's like, what are you doing with those followers? Yeah. How did you get those followers? I feel like for me, that's important.
Bro, 2 hands.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah. Rule number 2, pour with 2 hands if they're older than you. I don't care if you Jay Park. But there's an exception. When you meet people for the first time, out of respect, I always pour with 2 hands. John?
Since we are drinking alcohol, usually the younger person, it's more respectful to let the older person not see you drink the alcohol. Like let's say like even when you're smoking, so you ask them first because it's kind of like, you know, smoking, drinking is not the best, you know, thing to see.
So I taught this to my wife, right? And then my dad was here, and this is what my wife did. Yeah, like no, I'm not even kidding, you know.
Oh, really?
Is there any other rules that you might want to share?
Any other rules? So if you say 1 shot, then you got to do it 1 shot.
Yeah.
You got to do 1 shot. Otherwise, it's disrespectful.
I ain't trying to disrespect them either, man.
If you say 1 shot, you have to do 1 shot.
Woo! There's one more thing I like to share is that when I cheers, if Jay Park is older, I just go slightly under him. Just slightly under. Lastly, make sure you drink your soju with the people you love.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, let's go. Do you know how to make somek?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I just pour soju and make sure that I just hit it with a spoon.
Oh, what? All right, we're gonna do that next, but let me show you how to properly do it, all right? I think I got it.
Yeah.
Lay that joint right on top. Boom. So you see this line right here? That's where you're gonna pour the soju to. And then you're gonna pour this joint right in. So you see this joint right here? You lay that joint right here. And then you're gonna pour it right up to here.
Measurements with the cup, I like it.
Then we're gonna lay that down. You think you could pour that down there for me, sir?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Perfect. This joint is really good, fam. You know what I mean?
You gotta hit with a spoon to mix
Oh, yeah. Woo! Let's go.
Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh.
Does that taste good though? With somek?
That tastes good.
It does?
I can't tell, like, it's not like I could taste the Won Soju more.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it with this because I thought it would be too strong.
Yeah.
But it works.
No, yeah, it's not.
I might not even put that because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is good. I don't want to even tell people, like, not to do it anymore because, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's the thing. So with the green bottles, the scent and the taste is all artificial. So when you put it in beer, it's like, some people don't like that taste. So when you put it in beer, it kind of gets rid of it. As where Won Soju, it has a distinct taste and a scent. And so when you put it in the beer, it kind of wastes that, like almost like whiskey, you know?
It's kind of like how you don't want to make like mixed drink with
Or
Johnny Walker Blue.
Or like you don't want to put ketchup on steak. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Like ketchup on everything's good, but you don't want to put on steak.
On a
'cause
steak,
you want to enjoy the flavors and the, you know, of the steak. So
put some respect on it, boy. I just want to show you one real quick thing. This is not a gift, right? I was trying to look for I love soju so much. I have my own soju merch. You know that?
That's fire.
This is my restaurant, actually.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? Like, lastly, I just wanted to give you this. My mom literally was like, "각제봉 갖다 줘, 김부가."
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, but I just had to. You just, all right, bet. I really wish I could ask you more questions, but yo, next time, I just appreciate you even. You're supposed to give me 10, 15 minutes. You gave me so much. I appreciate you. Best of luck. I'll talk to you, fam.
We out here, boy.
All right, so Jay Park is out. I'm really about to mukbang right now. Drink some soju. Literally, really give you my honest opinion on the soju now that he's out here. You know what I mean? I need some anju, fam. I honestly couldn't eat because I wanted to ask him so much questions and we only had short time. Woo. You know what's good? When I'm sipping on it or double sipping on it to kill it. Like, you know, regular soju, I just go take, you know? But this John, it's good. I want to actually taste it. That's why you like see me sipping a little, you know what I mean? Like if you were drinking Johnny Walker or Blue, would you be one-shotting it? Or if you're drinking a real nice whiskey, do you put ice in it? Do you put it on the rocks? No, you eat it neat. Yo, big shout out to J Park, he's the man. Won Soju, if you guys haven't tried these out, make sure to try it, you know what I mean? Woo! Yeah, I'm